when I look at Bitcoin here on a daily, all right, we have on the first, I'm like, okay, see the price action. Where is it in relation to the moving averages? Um, a few days ago, we had this nice pump. I mean, it's not a clean challenge to the 50 MA, but we did get pretty darn close to the zone. And we are in a bear market, right? 50 MA is below the 200 EMA. Um, Here on the Kimono wave, we do have an oversold signal. We have positive momentum going. Our Bollinger Band signal is going crazy. So we're smashing that Bollinger Band. And the RSI is maxed out. And we still have this, negative momentum zone that we're in. Money flow is still looking like it's trending downward. Meanwhile, VWAP is nice and nice and thick. So basically, what that tells me is like, you know what? Hey, we're in the middle of a pump. Uh, Maybe it's exhausting. Maybe we'll hit the top of the pump. There aren't signals to me that this is going to be a trend reversing movement or anything like that, right? I would need to see the money flow, things like that starting to pick up on the daily. All right. Now let's go. Now, we are topping out like what yesterday we had this kind of crappy doji here. Yesterday trading was real choppy. It was just real rangy. It was just playing the range all day. But it's yeah. So, anyways, you had a nice doji here. Not nice, but a doji. Dojis to me are like, all right, this could be trend reversing, right? We had a nice pump. We get a doji. Time to move the price back down again. Okay. So that's one thing to keep an eye out. But that's not always what it means. But if you look at in the past when you see dojis, right? Here's a doji right here. We hit the bottom, right? We wick down here. That's beautiful doji reverse trend. We get higher prices. Again, doji. That's kind of crappy doji, but it is one. And then you have different dojis here. Here you have kind of a dragonfly doji going on here. Tombstone doji here. So you have, you could use these dojis. Here's another doji. So you use dojis, say, hey, okay, things are starting to reverse here. So here we could be seeing that today isn't really so far price really hasn't moved today. Um, let's go down to lower charts, lower time frame, and see what's happening. 4 hour. 4 hour, we have a big old red wave happening here. That started last night. VWAP trending down. We do have a nice green money flow though. So that's a good sign if you want to see some higher prices here. Because this could basically the momentum here could be saying, hey, we're just stalling. We're stalling in this area. Maybe we'll trend down here, wait to hit the 50 EMA and then bounce up and start moving up again. That's the kind of movement I would like to see here. Um, but no signs that this is. I mean, the candles are saying, "Hey, all right, we could be moving back up again." But with this red wave here, it says we could just be stuck in this little range here for a little bit. But if I go down to the 1 hour, what is that telling me? 1 hour is weird. 1 hour is weird. It looks weird. I mean, 1 hour is interesting because see here we separate from the 50 MA, price stalls, wait for 50 MA, 50 MA to climb up, separates again, stalls, separates again, but really just kind of stalls in the same level as it was. So it's having a real hard time. Kind of what we saw in the 4 hour, right? Those dojis. This what we're seeing here is like, we're just seeing like, hey, the market wants, people want to buy in, but the market makers don't really want the price to go up that high. Um, Especially when you see this and this pop pitch here, and you see like a green vector candle at the top, and then the price moves down. That's a big signal that market makers really don't want the price to be going up much harder than this. This is a big signal. Market makers are taking shorts while a bunch of people are going long. Market makers take shorts and get those guys liquidated. So, I mean, it just depends if the market makers have taken profits or not yet. I mean, here we have I don't like the VWAP pointing down. Looks like the wave's cresting back down.
Yeah.
RSI really isn't too encouraging. So
Yeah.
we could be seeing some lower prices here today on Bitcoin. Maybe claiming this vector candle zone right below the 50 EMA. But I still have to be somewhat bullish on the short term because on the 1 hour we do have the 50 EMA crossed over the 200 EMA. So there's a when I see that I say, hey, there's a better chance for price to bounce off of the 50 EMA than to sink below it and bounce. Start treating it as resistance. Um, so this one's going to be interesting to watch, especially if we get price to come down here and really challenge the 50 MA. I see, to me, it makes sense to come down and claim this vector candle zone and then move before you move the price back up. Um, I
Oh, you
guess, yeah,
deleted the
I'm good going lower,
squigglies.
man.
That could have been an NFT right there. That was a beautiful drawing you made.
I mean, on the 24-minute, we do see an overbought signal, VWAP cross down, red money flow. I mean, yeah, to me, it says, hey, lower prices. Maybe we get lower prices bouncing off of 200 EMA here, claiming again vector candle zones. There's a lot of confluence in these vector candle zones. So I could see prices coming back down, returning to those zones um, before we get another move up. But yeah, so I mean, what do we, the grand scale of things, we're like, if we look at the daily, right, we did break the range, right? What we're really looking for here on Bitcoin is, can we hold these levels, right?
Yep.
Like I was saying, these two levels are like, I'm glad, hey, we broke above it. We're holding on to it still, right? Now, the question is, will this level hold? Will the what was resistance turn into support? And if it breaks this level, will this key level be support? Will it be able to hold? Because we really don't want it to be entering this range again. Okay, we really don't want it to be. Well, I don't personally care, right? I don't care what the price is. I just trade it, whatever's happening. But I mean, if I want it to be bullish, right? When I talk, I was like, I want it to be, I want the price to go up. Um, and so if we
Of course.
want a more bullish pattern
Makes
here,
it
whoop,
feel good.
higher highs, higher lows. If that's what we want, we really need these levels to hold. So watch out for
Hmm.
these levels to see if it can hold here for Bitcoin. Um, Big losers and winners so far today. I don't. It's all pretty much. It's all really just hovered around the opening. Nothing. Not a lot of movement. Matic is down 2%. Looks like Cardano is down 4%. That's probably my biggest loser so far today. And look, that's all.
No
It's
retrace.
freaking
Yeah.
Cardano. Yeah, it's just coming
Reclaiming
back
that
from this
candle.
pump.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the daily. Yeah, it's coming back down. Gonna swallow this candle, maybe swallow this one and claim this entire vector zone. Um,
Yeah.
but
Could
yeah,
come back
man. I
down
mean,
in that range. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if I could, all right, let's dig a little deeper into Cardano. But yeah, I mean, we have 4 hour big old wave. I mean, we have still positive money flow. That's good. I think on 4 hour, you're really wanting it to come challenge the 50 MA and bounce
Yeah.
off of it. But
Yeah.
not sure if that'll hold. No real bearish divergence really on the 1 hour, but we are forming an overbought signal. So yeah, we could be getting that move downward from Cardano
Hmm.
here. It's already down 4%. So hey, that might be a nice one to short. I usually don't trade Cardano because it barely moves most of the time, but it's been
Yeah. It's a
been
slow
pretty
mover
crazy this
sometimes.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do some ape
Ape
watch.
watch. Yeah. Gotta do our ape watch.
All right. So on the daily, see, I've been trading a lot of ape. I've been having fun trading ape. So on the daily, I mean, we do have, right. We had this bullish divergence that formed. What was that, Monday? Um, All right, that's cool. I'm wondering if, yeah, let's see what happens today. I mean, what I don't like is the money flow is still really low down here. And we still have negative on the day. Like, um, let's see on the 4 hour. 4 hour. Oh, it didn't hold the 50 MA. It just tried to challenge it, and it looks like it got a little rejection here currently. Um, It's kind of hard to see really where the heck that EMA is here. But yeah, I mean it's definitely challenging it. And what you do kind of like to see here on the 4 hour, I mean VWAP's starting to point up, and this wave looks like it's starting to looks like it's exhausted, right? So we could
Hmm.
be starting to see another pop here for ape. Let's go down to 1 hour and see what we can find. Yeah, I mean it held this level. Right? I mean, I would say, all right, that's lower closing prices, closing, right? We're getting lower prices, but hey, we just had a nice bullish divergence. Um, Probably easier if I make these candles a little bit bigger. And we had this nice pump here, nice little pop, separated to 50 EMA. It is really rangy, man. It doesn't really want to move a lot. So looks like we could be pinching this wave and getting a movement down. So, to me, it doesn't makes total sense.
Still ranging,
Just
probably.
continue this
Yeah.
range. Continue this range. Get down here, claim this vector candle zone before you start moving back up again. As the higher time frames suggest, hey, we could be seeing higher prices, but in the short time frame, looks like we're gonna see a little dip, really kind of trap some of those bulls and get some liquidations going. What was
The
that
all
one?
fast.
What was the
Oh,
optimism?
optimism. Yeah,
Oh,
it should be on Bybit, I think. The all fast doesn't ape just go down until they hype some game release info. I would say it goes down and goes sideways a lot, and then yeah, I mean, ape is one that definitely is a news and rumors, type of cycle for sure. There's a lot of that goes on with ape, and it's affected by the greater market, of course, too. So
yeah. So like with a lot of these tokens, like yes, the news and all of that does come into play. Because if we look at the daily, we've just been in this range since really beginning of May, right? We've just been stuck down here. Not really moving a lot. Like these candles are pretty small, right? On the daily, right? Because this one was like right, the infamous 4:30 right here, right? This is when the party ended. Like big
infamous
hammer,
fourth,
as that's what that called.
never forget.
And yeah, that basically says, party's over, and boom, just tanks. And we're hanging out this range, and yeah, we can hang out in this range um until we get some like news about the game or whatever. But ultimately it's in the futures market right now. So it's like it's in the casinos. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. Like
Yeah,
see
until
it
there's
like
news, it's just because it's just gamblers, tossing it back and forth, and then the
yeah,
news
kind
affects it
yeah,
a little bit when the news comes along. But,
yeah,
yeah, I
whenever
mean, it's just
whenever
traders.
once
It's just traders
once you get
tossing it back
once
and
you
forth.
get into the futures market, then it
Yeah,
it really doesn't like this whole idea of like, hey, if ever like for Bitcoin, for example, the idea of if everyone just holds, the price will go up. Like that idea is 100% invalidated once you put it in the futures market. Like
yeah,
that's impossible. That's why it's so that's why we see such high like crazy volatility. It's because it's in the futures market. People
yep,
are borrowing way 100% more than what they actually have and leveraging it on what they do have on moves. And it's so yeah,
yeah,
you have
100x, yeah,
yeah,
something going
it's
crazy,
so
10x, yeah,
yeah,
who
the
knows?
news and stuff like that will definitely matter. And
I mean,
there
just
are
like
market
on here on
makers too.
ApeCoin where it's like, yeah, that other side land sale didn't go great, and then the coin tanked. That I would
Yeah,
say that's definitely a news related type of move. So yeah,
correct. It did. The rest of the market also is not doing hot, but yeah,
yeah,
especially for that one. Yeah, that one,
yeah.
no doubt.
Sometimes
And
it's
then
the news,
also,
sometimes it's
you
the
really
market
don't.
makers.
And when there's like when it's a token that's like airdropped, like ApeCoin was, right? Holders got a ton of it. Um, you really don't know when those holders are really going to be just letting those bags go and
Yeah.
selling those
I
off.
think with those
So
airdrops,
it
it
also
depends. Yeah, it depends a lot on what is the airdrop going to be usable immediately, or is there enough hype around what the use of the token will be to make
um,
holders want to hold it, right? If like I think that's the problem with optimism, for example. I think these, it's just like here's our token now, and it's like okay, well, I can't do anything with this, so I'm just going to sell it to
sell the
get the
shit.
liquidity.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
shit,
So
shit,
with
sell it.
ApeCoin, at least there was like this, there was some hope, like, oh, this may be used in the other side. And, there was like a little bit of hope there that maybe, would make some of them hold on to it a little bit. But yeah, it's an interesting token, that's for sure. We should probably move on though. I think we
All right.
beat
Yeah. Do you want me to check out
beat
optimism?
ApeCoin to death. Yeah, check out Optimism.
Just optimism tether. I don't see it on. Oh yeah, there's that's on perpetual over here at OKA. All right, let's check out. I want to see what it is on some perpetual futures. Obviously, it's
It's brand
four
new
hours. It's only been listed for
yeah,
on
like
on
not even 12
FTX.
hours. Yeah,
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 yeah. How funny.
exactly.
Yeah, look at that. Just
Brand new,
dumpage. All right, so
major dumpage.
let's go back a bit.
Oof.
Nothing to really read on any of
Yeah,
these charts here, man.
it's kind of too new.
Um, yeah, exactly. I don't touch anything that's this
Yeah,
new just because it's
it's
TA
barely
is
done
kind of
anything.
pointless.
Yeah, has no
Yeah,
history.
and honestly, if you just get airdrop shit, like, yeah, I'm Mr. Take Profits. I would totally recommend you sell the shit
Of
out of that as
course.
soon as you
Yeah, me
can.
too. Yeah,
Like,
not
no,
financial advice.
it's, yeah, exactly. It's
When it moons to
nothing to say.
$100 tomorrow. This is what
Um,
happens every time we say something.
we do have a signal here on the Kimono Wave on the 24-minute that says, hey, yeah, and it looks like we had a little pump. Uh, yeah, I'd probably be shorting the shit out of this. Um, yeah, it's just a gross chart, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, it looks like
all
we're just doing right now. We're in a bear market pattern where, yeah, we're down below
stupid.
the 50 MA. Challenge it, get
Yeah,
rejected. Challenge it,
get
rejected.
rejected. Yeah,
We're just gonna get rejections for a
not a
long time
not a
because
great start.
everyone's waking up to these. Oh, I got airdropped. Cool. Now sell
Get
it.
rid of
So
it quick. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So on these new ones, what's the bottom? No idea. Like that's it's like impossible to even try to do any technical analysis to figure out any bottom on this
yeah,
kind of crap. So, um, yeah, man, it's a yeah. I'd be cashing out, and then it's like, hey, if you like the project and everything, then just wait until it dips further down because it's likely going to, and buy back in. Buy it at a lower price. So
wow,
that's
Dickenza
what I would
says you get
probably do.
1,100 optimism tokens if for multi-sig signers. I'm a multi-sig signer. I wonder.
Go
That's
cash out,
1,100. You could
bro.
just cash out
Rob,
essentially
check it out.
$1,000
Do it now, Freeman. Go check it out. Go claim
after
your
the show. I'm
optimism.
gonna go get my optimism tokens and I'm gonna dump them right out. I'm taking my liquidity right out. Thank you for the free money. Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like that. Like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's fun. Well, any other
I want to
tokens
make
we're
a
gonna look
shit
at?
token so bad. I want to.
I can see it in his face.
I do.
He's a
I
little
want a
kid.
shit token.
I want I
I
want
want
my
my
own
own
shit
shit
coin.
token.